I purchased endoscope off of a Chinese website for just over $20 Canadian, and I'm using it to get a better view of the engine shaft and the prop. On a previous video, I had used my iPhone, but I didn't get a really close look up at it. Now in this video, you can't see what I'm looking at, but I was able to clearly see that the engine prop was there, but the fins had broken off. In the previous video series, I rebuilt the Yanmar 1GM10, but I had no way of knowing how long this motor had sat, as the sailboat was being used with the outboard only for the duration of the previous owner. So the owner before him, I don't know if he was using an outboarder on it or not, but it was definitely long enough to corrode the prop enough that the fins fell off. I met a diver down at the dock who has changed props before, and I'm getting him to come in and clean the bottom of the boat and change the propeller for me. Knowing that the boat's going to be sitting for a while, I decided to remove everything that I can from the boat and organize it a bit so I can have more space to work. One of the items that kept getting in the way was the barbecue. I didn't want to remove this from the boat because when I'm working on it, I use the barbecue and the stove to cook on. So I decided to make a barbecue rack at the back of the boat. I purchased a couple of L brackets and some U-bolts, and I mounted it to the stainless steel railing. I used 3 U-bolts on each side, and then I screwed the top of the L brackets into the bottom of an old table that I had from a different boat. I drilled a couple holes in each corner of where the barbecue would sit on the table, and I wired the barbecue down. I would love to have one of the marine barbecues that bolt onto the railing of the back of the boat, but the price of them are just too high, and I already owned this stainless steel barbecue that I had purchased from Costco many years ago. So I figured that this will be great for me to use until I can afford to buy a higher end one. I'm not 100% on what I'll work on next, but definitely upcoming will be the electrical for the inboard motor and the boat, and also some woodworking projects on the boat. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.